just wanted to ask you first overall thoughts so far this point in the season.
Just great preseason. I mean, anytime you come into a season, I mean, you're going to divide your season into three segments, and that's, the preseason, your conference schedule, then going into the conference tournament, and then, certainly wanting to get to postseason. So, extremely happy with the progress that we've made in the preseason, but, I mean, just knowing we have to, pick our intensity up on a day-to-day basis. That was the big message to the team from an intensity standpoint and a readiness standpoint. We have experience on the floor. We're starting, seniors at the guard position. We have Milani Perry's a junior, and, although Alexis Cortez and Jada McNabb are, they're young, they're sophomores, but, they've been playing a lot of minutes in their 2 years here. So the expectation is just from a day-to-day that we come in with the focus and the level of effort, to beat the teams in the Mountain West, because we know those teams are going to be more challenging.
And then your first conference game under your belt, what did you like from that game? What are you taking away from it?
I mean, clearly, we're going to look back on that game, and it's going to be a game towards the end of the season where, we're saying we should have had that. And, those are games that hurt you going into the conference and down the stretch. And, take away from that is, there's going to be nights we don't shoot the ball well, but we have to be more solid defensively.
Mm-hmm. And then I also just haven't had a chance to talk to you yet since you've landed here. Why Air Force? What drew you to this program? What do you like about it?
I mean, I've been doing this a long time. And, the academy coaching here has been one of my great pleasures of my coaching career. I clearly coming here with Coach Gobrecht, and, I have no military background, and I absolutely had no idea what a service academy was or even where it was at. All I knew is that it was a 2-hour flight from Denver to, great locations, just places that I could get home close to my family. But after having been here for this amount of time, you just truly appreciate just what these kids do. And we realize that, they play because they want to, and they compete here in athletics because it's important to them, not because they have to. Something that's been very fun is just watching this program get better. Always trying to, in recruiting, find, not kids that can just help you win basketball games, but kids who get it and who, can thrive and be successful up on the hill. So that has been something that I have truly enjoyed. And, having been in this position now, I'm not able to be on those phone calls as much with recruits, but I truly enjoy just, mentoring, our staff and, what the important things are in terms of recruiting here and, what that profile looks like. And I always think it's our biggest challenge here in recruiting is getting in the right lane, knowing when you're talking to, a young person that will thrive here and clearly, like I said, help you win basketball games.
Coach, yesterday the Lobos really brought some pressure that I think some of your guards maybe weren't ready for right away. Are you looking at changing anything as far as the way you bring the ball up or anything offensively? Because you did have a bad day shooting, but you were still in the game.
Well, I mean, we knew that, they were going to blitz our screens like that and put pressure, and we talked about that and worked on it. I mean, clearly, 2 days in, I mean, you're not changing everything that you're doing. I think it's just going into your next game, making adjustments for what the next opponent's gonna do. And of course, the goal is to, hit more of those shots. I think, anytime you miss 18 threes, I mean, that's going to make transition defense very difficult. And, there were trips when we, were fine in transition defense, but there were many trips that we weren't.
Coach, I know you just came out of practice here a few minutes ago. Could you talk a little bit about the team's response in practice today after yesterday's game and you and your staff's message to them?
Big message today was, that the issues that, things that contributed to us losing that game last night are fixable. Okay, and we're talking about transition defense, on-ball defense, shot selection. I mean, we never want to tell our kids not to shoot, but understanding the pace and the flow of the game, how important that is. So that was a big message today. Probably today one of the best practices we've had all year, and also just really proud of our upperclassmen today and what they brought to practice in terms of just leading by example, because it showed across the board.
Going into Boise, had some success there last year. Marvelous game that time around. What do you expect from the Broncos this time?
I mean, I feel like they don't have weaknesses at any position. I mean, they have size, they have that experienced point guard, they have those kids on the perimeter. I mean, we know that we can't have lapses. And anytime you're playing a team and they're running a lot of pick and roll, and this team is very good in transition, they will turn it around quickly. So we know we're going to see that, and we clearly know we have to be better.